In this module 5, we will see two applications of multi-rate digital signal processing. I have divided the overall 4 applications here: phase shifter, digital filter bank implementation, and subband coding, and also QMF filter bank into two for just for the sake of convenience, for the ease of access. So now we'll see this phase shifter multi-rate signal processing application. There are several applications that delays the signal. So we'll see few of them by a fraction of a sample. So in this, let us assume the sampling interval is Tx, and the corresponding delay we observe is D is equal to K by I into Tx. Okay, so where K and I are relatively prime integers. So in the frequency domain, whenever we have a delay, that is when we right shift the signal, so the difference is negative, the phase difference is negative. So theta of omega is minus K by I that we have here into omega. So we can use the methods of sampling rate conversion to achieve the delay of D is equal to K by I into Tx. So this will not introduce any distortions. So now, here interpolation is involved. So use the standard interpolator, and then we need to use a low pass filter to remove the images in the spectrum. Okay, and it is further delayed by a k samples at the sampling rate, so that the sampling rate becomes I into fx. So then the delayed signal is decimated further by D is equal to I, so that whatever we have interpolated earlier, so that we are cancelling out. So we have seen the polyphase filter structures. So in which we can make use of that for the this application also. So here we have seen set of filters here. Okay, and since we need so this does all your the interpolation process and filtering process. So what we need to take is the output at certain delay. So which means we need to connect the commutator or switch that we have used earlier to a certain filter called K. So K is the delay that you require. Okay, so here initial position of the commutator is at the output of K subfilter. So here decimation, which is D is equal to I, means take 1 out of every I samples from the polyphase filter. So that is by connecting the commutator position, which is fixed to the same kth subfilter. So this is how we can construct a phase shifter application using the interpolation and decimation process. So another application is digital filter bank implementation. Okay, so here there are two types of filters. One is analysis filter and other one is synthesis filter. Analysis filter, in the sense you have a signal in the time domain, and say you want to convert that into a frequency domain or Z transform or spectrum to a spectrum. So then analysis filter bank is used. Synthesis filter bank is to reconstruct the signal back into the time domain. So there are two approaches for both analysis and synthesis filter bank. So we'll see them one by one. So this is the block diagram of analysis filter bank. So here we can see X of n is the input, and this is subdivided into so many transforms. So this may be a Z transform, this may be a Fourier transform, or any transformation from the time domain to the the different domain. So this consists of a set of filters with the system function say hk of z, which is arranged in a parallel banks. So this splits the signal into a corresponding number of subbands. Suppose if it is used for the calculation of discrete Fourier transform, so then it is called a discrete Fourier transform filter bank. Okay, so now the synthesis filter bank means you are obtaining the signal into a time domain. Okay, so here you have transformed the signals here as the input, and here you have the required transformation in terms of gk of z. Okay. So this consists of system function gk of z with the corresponding input from say yk of n, or whatever the outputs that you have here. And finally the outputs are summed to form a synthesized signal, because we are dividing the input signal into several frequency components, and here we need to add them together to get the time domain signal back. So now we'll see how to realize the DFT filter bank for analysis and synthesis. Okay, so now an analysis filter bank consisting of n filters, say hk of z is the transfer function, starts from 0, 1 up to n minus 1. It is called a uniform DFT filter bank if the hk of z, the further system transfer functions, are derived from the filter h naught of z. So we can see index varying from 0, 1 up to n minus 1. So this system hk of z is called a uniform DFT filter bank if the remaining filters, that is k greater than 0, is derived from the initial h naught of z. So such a system is called as uniform DFT filter bank. So this is the transfer function of the uniform DFT filter bank. See here, hk of omega is equal to h naught into omega minus 2 pi k by n. So all the remaining transfer function from after the initial one is obtained by the shifting the frequency by the 2 pi by n factor. Hence, the frequency response characteristics of the filters hk of z, k starts from 0 to n minus 1, are simply obtained by uniformly shifting the frequency response of the prototype filter by the multiples of 2 pi by n. In the time domain, the filters are characterized by their impulse responses, and the time domain response is given by this formula. hk of n is equal to h naught of n into e raised to j 2 pi n k by n. K starts from 0, 1 up to n minus 1. So here is your time domain sample, and here is our the hk of z for k greater than 0. So here h naught of n is the impulse response of the initial filter or prototype filter. So now we'll see how to realize the uniform DFT filter bank analysis section. So in the analysis section, in the sense, you give a time domain input and you obtain a say the frequency domain output. So here initially the x of n are multiplied by the e raised to minus j omega k into n factor. Okay. So x of n is multiplied by e raised to minus j 2 pi n k by n. k is 1, 2 up to n minus 1. So you know that in order to convert a signal, a time domain signal into the frequency domain signal, we have to multiply by e raised to minus j omega into n factor. Okay, remember e raised to minus, it is e raised to minus j omega k. Okay, the narrow bandwidth output of the low pass filter, after the multiplication we have a low pass filter, and then it is decimated. You know that a decimation process would require a low pass filter as a low pass filter system. So it is decimated with the concern that the decimation is less than or equal to the n, that is so many point of DFT or FFT it is. So finally your xk of m is the input x of n multiplied by e raised to minus j 2 pi n k by n, and then the filter function. Since the filter function is also have the decimator here, that becomes h naught into md minus n into x of n e raised to minus j 2 pi n k by n. So here k varies from 0, 1 up to n minus 1, and m is the output sequence, so how much ever you require. So xk of m here at the output are DFT samples at omega is equal to 2 pi k by n, where this k varies from the 0 to n minus 1. So now we'll see how to realize, or in what way we can construct a uniform DFT filter bank of synthesis section. As you know, synthesis section is getting the signal back into the time domain signal. So we need a adder here. So it's the reverse process of analysis section. So there we have multiplied by e raised to j minus j omega naught or omega k into n factor. And then we have a filter function. After that we have a decimator. But here we have yk of m as the input, and then we have interpolate with the factor I is equal to d. So in order to just say that both I and d are equal, in converting from analysis to synthesis, so here interpolated by a factor I is equal to d. So then we use a filter function. As you know, we require a filter after the interpolation process. So to get the time domain signal back, one of the procedure is to multiply by e raised to plus j omega k into n. So it's a reverse process of analysis. You multiply it by e raised to j omega k into n. Now the yk of m, it supposed to be capital Yk of m, is upsampled by I is equal to d, and it is filtered to remove the images, and the resulting signal is multiplied by e raised to j 2 pi n k by n, where k varies from 0 to n minus 1, and we add it together to get the time domain signal. So here is our expression for the time domain signal v of n. So you know that the inverse DFT process will have the certain normalization factor 1 by n, and then the summation k is equal to 0 to n minus 1, and we have e raised to j 2 pi n k by n over here, and then the input signal yk of m and filter function g naught of n minus mi. Since it is the interpolation process, it is g naught into n minus mi. By changing the order of the summation, we can take this the filter function first, and then we can multiply it by the inverse DFT of the signal, Okay. So further, in the time domain signal, v of n is the multiplication of the yn of m. So because this refers to the inverse DFT of the y case, so it's a multiplication of yn of m and the filter function g naught into n minus mi. So another approach is to perform both filter bank synthesis and analysis using a band pass filter. In these two, we have seen using a synthesis and analysis realization using a low pass filter. Next one is using realization using a band pass filter. So here the realization slightly differs in which we multiply by the filter coefficient, we downsample it and then multiply by e raised to minus j omega k into m into d, because okay, we'll see the equations. The filters are realized as a bandpass filter and their response function, so initially it is the bandpass filter and their response is h naught of n e raised to j 2 pi n k by n. So there is no difference between this the earlier one and this. So now output of each bandpass filter is decimated by a factor d and then multiplied by e raised to minus j 2 pi mk by n. So since we have a decimation process, there is a d also involved here. The resulting xk of m can be expressed as x of n, that is the input, and e raised to minus j 2 pi mk d by n due to this factor, and then there is a decimation process in which it is differs as hk of md minus n into e raised to j 2 pi k md minus n divided by n, because the earlier the response function is h naught of n into e raised to j 2 pi n k by n, but here we have the decimation process also. So altogether the response of these two, the filter and the decimator, is hk into md minus n into e raised to j 2 pi k md minus n divided by n. So here is your the final one, uniform DFT filter bank synthesis and its realization using a bandpass filter. So here is the block diagram. So as in the previous case, yk of m are input and then it is multiplied by e raised to plus j omega k into m into d. Later it is interpolated by a factor I is equal to d multiplied by the filter function to remove any images and finally added up to get the v of n. And so input sequences are multiplied by e raised to j 2 pi k m d by n and upsampled by I is equal to d. The resulting sequences are filtered with impulse responses gk of n is equal to g naught of n into e raised to j 2 pi nk divided by n. So then we have our time domain signal as. So you can relate this to realization using low pass filter also. So there also we had 1 by n summation 0 k is equal to 0 to n minus 1 and another summation which y varying from the required till the required samples, the output samples, and then we have yk of m and e raised to j 2 pi k mi divided by n into the filter function gk of n minus mi. So here is your the synthesis, uniform DFT filter bank synthesis realization using a band pass filter. In the next module, we'll see the two more applications.